Happy New Year, and welcome back to Hope Dealing. I want to share a passage that motivates me. I know we all got different things that we do for the new year. We share our pledges and our resolves with different people. But this is more on a spiritual basis in your own devotion. It's a very strong verse that typically is not used for the new year, but I think it asks a great question to help us consider how we've been using the time that God has given us. And it's the words of Jesus, Mark chapter 8 and verse 34. It says, when he had called the people to himself, with his disciples also, he said to them, whoever desires to come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. For whoever desires to save his life will lose it, but whoever loses his life for my sake and the gospel's will save it. For what will it profit a man if he gains the whole world and loses his own soul? Or what will a man give in exchange for his soul? And he says more, but here you got a great passage on discipleship. And you know the formula. Jesus says, if you're going to follow me, that means be a disciple, you got to first deny self. Big words. Take up your cross. Huge words, huge thoughts. And then follow me. We just want to follow him, but you got to deny self. It means put self away. Get self off of the center stage. Deny, humble yourself. And then take up your cross. And I know we flip that word around so frequently, but the cross is not pretty. The cross is not nice. The cross is not fair. The cross is not enjoyable. The cross is not American. To take up the cross means to take the place of embarrassment, of pain, of sorrow, of serving God. We all want to serve God on Sunday with praise and thanksgiving and worship and things of that nature, but that cross is a place where God is served by our sacrifice. And then he makes this equation that whoever saves his life will lose his life. And whoever loses his life for my sake will gain his life. When you think about this new year and think about your past years, you can look and ask yourself, what have I been saving? And what have I been losing? Because if you've been saving, building up on self, self-improvement, yeah, that's good in another context. But self-centeredness, as we look over the years gone, have we been building, gaining on ourselves, or have we been losing ourselves for the sake of the kingdom? What have we been giving up? What have we been putting aside? What have we been doing on the cross so that God is glorified through our lives? And that's a great question, a motivating question. And then of course, the very familiar for what does it profit a man if he gains the whole world? Have you been gaining the world? Have you been growing in the worldly understanding of life? Have you been building up all the stuff that the world builds up? Well, what does it profit if you gain the world but lose your own soul? I hope that if you look over the years, it'll help you to look into the future and make the determination that I'm going to make sure that I save my soul. I'm going to make sure that there'll be less of me for more of him. If you and I do that, not only will our lives find fulfillment, but God will be glorified. And maybe more folk will be saved through our efforts. I hope this encourages you. It's not to down you. It's not to make you sad. It's to challenge you at the beginning of this year to make good on the things that God has given you. God bless you. We'll see you next time on Hope Dealing.